Hello and welcome to Britpop Banter, episode 3. My name is Kevin Dodd. I'm here with Leslie Martin.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
How's your sunburn?
Better. Heaps better. Look at me now, I look brilliant.
You can't even tell you've been sunburned.
No.
And you were so burnt, it was crazy.
Scottish skin is renowned for taking a good tan. I think it's...
So we're sitting in Leslie's house at the moment in beautiful aircon, which you may hear in the background. We need it. It's 37 degrees in Sydney at the moment. Gorgeous summer day. Before we go any further, a couple of plugs here. We've got at Britpop Banter on Facebook and Twitter. And if you want to email us at britpopbanter at gmail.com. We're a couple of episodes in now. This is episode 3.
Yep.
And how do you think the Screamadelica episode went?
I think it went really well because I bet when I left your house that day you put the album on and had a bit of a boogie.
Well, you were wrong with that. I tell you what, though, I did, and I knew I wasn't going to talk about this, but I put it on today, right? Because I'm
never going to listen to it again, Liz.
I was going through. Well, the funniest thing is I turned it off after track 2. And I thought, maybe I'll go back and I'll appreciate it a bit more. And I didn't know what to listen to. And so I went back and listened to it and I went, yeah, sorry, moved on very quickly.
Wow.
But you know what? I think great episode. I enjoyed the banter. And I do appreciate that album a lot more than what I did when we went into that episode. And that's down to you. So converted me somewhat.
Yay! And this is just the beginning.
Okay, well, I think the tables will be turned on this episode a little bit because obviously last week we had Screamadelica. This week at number 49 is Dubstar with Disgraceful.
Yes, which I said at the end of the last episode, whether you can convince me that this is actually really Britpop.
I can do that, and
Okay.
I'll get to that in a second. I'll get to our homework because we both had sets of homework, and I know who done theirs. So before we go, I can see your handwriting. I guess that's what that is. Scribbles, nonsense.
I don't know. I think it's the writings of a genius.
That figures. Right. So disclaimer just before we go on and talk about Dubstar. All views expressed on this podcast are 100% our own. And while we poke fun at some bands and artists, we appreciate and respect their talent and sacrifice to create the albums. So
We do.
we do. So even though I bagged out Screamadelica a bit last week, I still appreciate the fact that they created it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So a couple of call-outs from last week that we missed. I didn't name the Crystal Method album that I raved so highly about. It seems to be a habit of mine to forget the name of the albums. I just get too excited. It was The Trip Home. Brilliant album. I had some homework. You talked to me about Jesus and the Mary Chain.
Yep.
I went and listened to them. So I didn't know that the two bands were related through Billy Gillespie. So I went back and actually... Bobby, I apologise. See, there you go. I went back and listened to Jesus and the Mary Chain. And the first album, Psycho Candy, it's a weird, crazy album. It's pretty full on. However, I will say that Darklands and Automatic was quite good. Big difference between that. Did you read about... How much do you know about them?
Not a great deal.
From East Kilbride.
Yeah.
I know, it's crazy.
Yeah, Scottish band.
Yeah.
And I saw a poster today, and actually we'll do this while we're on the podcast, but I meant to do it earlier. So I was driving home, and I saw a lamppost today with a poster that the Jesus and Mary Chain are playing at Sydney Opera House.
So
that's actually true. I didn't know if that was like 25-year-old poster.
No, they're here in March.
Look at that.
My birthday month. Do not buy me tickets to that. I am not going.
Means we could go and meet Bobby. We could play him the podcast.
No.
You could tell him over a beer how much you love them.
Screamadelica.
Yeah.
I don't know if the band would actually play facing the audience, because from what I heard, their gigs were a bit insane, and sometimes when they were a bit upset or angry or didn't want to go on stage or whatever, they would play with their backs to the audience. Pretty full on. And so the audience, quite rightly, would get upset, start throwing things, and then it would kick off, and then there'd be fights. So they, according allegedly, to some of their sort of web pages and sort of articles about them. They got banned from a stack of venues because they just constantly kicked off fights.
You can't be doing that at Sydney Opera House.
You can't be doing it at the Opera House. You should be coming out in your Sunday best at the Opera
100%.
House. So that was one bit of homework, so I did go away and listen to them. The other one, which I'm really kind of embarrassed about, and I owe everyone a massive apology. Can you remember what my hoo-ha was last episode? Okay, I'll fill you in. Mark Bolan and T-Rex.
Yeah, what was that?
Yeah, I don't know what that was. I don't know. I think the Mark Bolan threw me off, and maybe I had a couple of beers since then.
You can't keep blaming the beers, Kev.
I will. So I am really embarrassed, and I apologise to everyone. I didn't realise that they were behind some of those anthems, I guess you would call them. So
can you sing your favourite to us, please, just as a punishment?
No, because the one I'm looking at this list now. I mean, obviously they did Get It On. And
could you sing that, please?
Nope, not doing that.
No, you have to now.
But
you have to sing it.
They did I Love to Boogie as well. I love to boogie, whatever it goes like. Isn't that an advert as well?
Get It On.
Yeah, a great song. Yeah. But they did quite a few of the songs I actually recognised, and I went, I've wrote down in capital letters, oh my God, apologise. Because that was pretty shocking.
That was.
To be fair, I don't think they were in my dad's record collection.
Well, no, because you had to go between Right Said Fred and Scooter.
Oh. So. They had those on cassette. Thank you. He was into a guy called Rory Gallagher, which I'm sure you've heard. Mm-hmm. Loved Rory Gallagher, which I'm surprised because T-Rex kind of have that same sound to them. So I don't know why. Maybe he was just too down with Rory Gallagher. But I apologise. I'm sincerely sorry. One piece of homework I have to do as well is the piece around Dubstar and why they're Britpop. You had some homework too, though?
What was that?
You were supposed to review all the albums that I did over the last year and a half from Britpop bands?
Yeah. So I have done Dubstar 1.
Okay, talk to me about
that. Which is quite timely because that's today's album.
It is.
I actually was pleasantly surprised. I actually quite really liked that, actually.
It's a good album.
My rating would be 7.
7? Not a 6.5?
No, 7.
That means you like it and then like it a little bit more.
Yep.
So I'm happy with that because I think I gave it an 8 or an 8.5, which is our sort of scale for you liking an album and then me liking an album. It's about a point difference. But that album, I really like it, and it's just a nice, easy, pleasant, nice album. I really enjoy it. So I'm glad that you actually went back and listened to it and you like it. Did you do any of those?
Embrace.
Oh, Love Is All You Need.
Yep.
And?
8.
8? Only 8?
Yeah.
So wait, why? What's
Because I feel
8 is good. I mean, let's get this right. 8 on your rating scale.
Oh, it's brilliant.
Is up there.
Absolutely right.
And I gave it a 9.5, and I can't even
that's
remember.
Outrageous.
I can't even remember why I deducted the half a point. But I remember listening to that album and just being blown away, which is why it got such a high rating. What was your thinking behind the 8?
I think because it isn't as good as The Good Will Out, and I'm certain I gave that more than an 8. Yeah, so I had to think about there. I was thinking about this.
You can't, but it's different albums, different times.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a completely different sounding album.
But then I think about the albums that I give higher than an 8.
Yes.
And they're exceptional.
Yes. This
is a great album. It isn't exceptional.
Okay.
So I just don't hand out 0.5s willy-nilly like you do. That's the difference. Says
the 6.5 lady in the corner. I'm glad. Look, you know what? That shows me I'm in the right. I liked, because I said that the last year and a half was a good year for music. I think I rated probably some of them a bit higher because I just was so enthusiastic about some of the band's returns. But you're not that far behind me on 2 of those albums, which is pretty good. Keep going through the list, and what we'll do is we'll cover them off every sort of episode and see how you go.
My next one's Paul Draper.
Oh, Spooky Action.
Yeah.
I'm excited for you to hear that. I can't wait to talk at Manson, hopefully at some point, because they're my favourite band, and I'd love to sort of talk about him in a little bit more detail. But this is a good album for me. Don't know why it took so long, obviously, but it's a good album. I think Manson fans would be happy with that album.
I look forward to it.
So that's good. Dubstar, are they Britpop? Well, yes, they are. I mean, So I've got a couple of things to throw at you to sort of prove it, but it wasn't actually that much needed, I feel. We just came off the back of a Screamadelica episode for once. And that's obviously, are they Britpop, are they not? And then you challenged me with Dubstar, which I clearly are. So let me throw some things at you. They're on the Wikipedia list of Britpop musicians. Now, granted, Wikipedia you can edit at any time. They may have chucked themselves on that list. Well, I get it. They're on the definitive Britpop list on Spotify. Okay, maybe. Okay, yeah. I looked at some recent articles. They're on the NME done an article, Britpop bands, where are they now, on Dubstar. BBC done an article on the female stars of Britpop. Dubstar were clearly listed. I can't wait to discuss this with you. There is an online newspaper that I found called Broward Palm Beach New Times, right?
I read that.
You're kidding me, you read it too?
Read it, yeah.
Yes! Did you read the top 20 bands?
Yes.
Okay, so our listeners obviously don't know what this is. So while I was going down my Dubstar...
It's a local paper in South Florida.
Yeah, but listen to... So this person ranked the top 20 bands. And he's actually picked some pretty obscure bands. And I'm like, I like this guy, right? So let me give you them in order. Number 20, Long Pigs.
Yeah.
Okay, She Said, great song.
That's where it ends, yeah.
19, Dubstar. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. 18, Kula Shaker. Yes, you can't make that noise every time you hear that.
I can.
I will. It's not even a word, it's just a noise.
That's all I've got.
Right. 17, Blue Tones. So that was good to see them on that list.
Blue Tones. Yeah, exactly. I hope they're in our list.
Maybe, who knows. 16, Sleeper. 15, Manson. Number 14, McAlmont and Butler. So he slipped that one album in. Hopefully we'll talk, maybe we will, maybe we won't, but they will definitely be some part of a conversation we will have.
Okay.
Because I'd love to talk about McAlmont and Butler in more detail. Number 13, Gene. We talked about Gene in our first episode around how they surprised us. Number 12, the Boo Radleys.
Well, he's off his head.
Okay, great. Number 11, Charlatans. Number 10, Black Grape. Number 9, Verve. Number 8, Paul Weller.
Oh, yeah.
So he is naming some pretty good bands.
Yeah.
Number 7, Super Furry Animals.
Number 7 for Super Furry Animals is pushing it.
Ahead of Paul Weller as well. Oof, already on your hit list. Number 6, Oasis.
Number 6, Oasis.
Number 6.
I can't listen to the rest of this.
Well, you want to hear what's the 5 ahead of them. Number 5, Elastica.
Cool.
You're going a bit red again. Is that sun on you?
No, it's just coming back. It's just...
flaring up again.
Yeah, flaring up.
You ready for number 4? Because I can see... Number 4, Supergrass.
Supergrass, better than Oasis.
I'm going to reach out to this guy. I want to talk to him. Number 3, Suede. Number 2, Blur. Number 1...
Can I guess?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Let me...
Because he's been pretty out there with some of his picks.
Yeah, but let me think. Who's he not spoken about?
Anytime now. No rush.
I think... Pulp.
Got it in 1. Well done. He's listed Pulp as number 1.
To be honest with you, right, so... I'm not going to go on a rant, but...
Really?
But...
Go on.
Pulp come up number 1 in a lot of these.
They do.
Things,
right? That is true.
To be honest, I understand it to a degree, right?
Okay, good.
Is it because he sings with a massively English accent? Is it just because of one album? Because really, This Is Hardcore is not great. Different Class, is that what we're basing this whole on? Or we are the best band in Britpop because of one album versus X amount by... And to be fair, I prefer Oasis over Blur.
Of course.
But to me, Blur still contributed to that scene a heap more.
Actually, yeah,
and some of the other bands.
I actually agree to that.
So it's like, I feel that I get annoyed because I'm not going to deny that Different Class is a good album. I feel I probably gave it over a 7. Well, I definitely gave it over 6.5.
I think, if I remember rightly, you changed your view on that album a few times because you were conflicted.
I am conflicted.
And I think it was because sometimes you get a view, and this is my opinion, you get a view in your mind of the band, and you just go, well, blah, 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 and the album gets written off with the band. And so then sometimes you have to go back and you go, well, actually, let me look at the album again, and then you sort of... So I think with Pulp, you changed your view a few times.
No, and I'll take that. And I think sometimes...
You did give it a high rating, so which means that you did like the album.
No, it's a good album. It's a good album. It's not my favourite Britpop album. Would I listen to it? I suppose I would. But this whole, they're the best Britpop band ever, I don't...
I think I can understand
I struggle with that.
I can see your point.
And their contribution to it. I just don't... Apart from jumping on stage with Michael Jackson.
I cannot wait to talk about that.
I mean, that's a huge contribution, to be fair.
If you have not seen that YouTube clip, it is out there. I watched it, I think, about a couple of weeks ago. It is still fantastic. It's Michael Jackson at the Brits. Earth Song. Lots of people on stage. Lots of kids on the stage. And Jarvis just gets on.
Because he's got a god complex. It's bizarre.
He's got every right to do that. It's a very, very weird, and go and watch it now and come back to us, because it's brilliant. I can't wait to talk about that in more detail. Are you finished on your Pulp rant?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, I just feel I had to get it off my chest.
Right.
Feel better now.
You do. Your colours died down a bit. Yeah. Good. Can we talk about the Mercury Prize Award for a bit?
Yeah, let's.
And the reason being is we sort of questioned... we looked at their 90s award winners, and we sort of questioned why the M people were on there, and then we sort of wondered, well, how is the panel set up? How does it work? And so I sort of digged a little bit into that. So to qualify to be nominated, it's just any album released by a British or Irish artist. It's basically, you've got to have 50% of your band at least in that category, right, to qualify, right? Yep. Their record label submits them to the panel, right? So it's not voted by me, you, it's the record label sends it straight to the Mercury Prize. It's shortlisted by an independent panel of musicians, music presenters, music producers, music journals, festival organisers, and other people in the music industry. Do you know, and take a guess, how much you win for that award? It's got to be a lot of money, right?
It's one of these independent awards. About £100,000?
It's less.
Is it really?
It's 25 grand.
25 grand?
So last year, 25,000, right? So it doesn't. So it's. I guess it is a lot of money to maybe a new band with their first album gets picked up. But the big money is the amount of publicity they get through winning the award.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if I give you an example, Elbow, Seldom Seen Kid, great album.
Great album.
The day after they got announced as winners, their sales went up by 450%.
Yeah, absolutely.
And there's some albums I was reading, they go up to like 1,000% increase in sales just by winning that award. So it's obviously the prize money helps. It's the publicity you get, and then the additional revenue through just having that band. I think they get a little thing on their album as well, right?
I've been guilty of that. I've bought
What do you mean?
as soon as a band wins the Mercury Music Prize.
What'd you buy? Do you remember?
Yeah.
Go on.
Anthony and the Johnsons.
Who?
I'm a Bird Now. Go and listen to that. I take that's your homework for next. No, this will be hilarious.
Anthony and the who?
Anthony and the Johnsons. I'm a Bird Now, or I'm sure that's what it's called. Kev, you have to listen to this before we do the next one.
Okay, Anthony and the Johnsons.
Yeah.
You bought that album because it had the little sticker.
No, because I found out it was in the news and it won. So then, I bought it and listened to it before. Well, I bought it before I'd even listened to it.
Oh, you bought an album without listening to it? Did you take it back?
I knew one song and I thought, I quite like that song, and then it won the award, and I had looked through time that most of the albums are quite good. So then I went,
is that late?
I'd hazard a guess it's 2000s.
So what did you do with the album? Still got it?
Yeah, it's not bad.
You're looking at me as if you're like, Kev, you need to listen to this.
You have to,
because you just want to see.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
All right, so that was sort of the wrap up on last week. What we've been doing sort of each couple of episodes is throwing bands at each other and getting a one-liner. I thought we'd keep that going.
Yeah.
I've realised I've just stole that idea from you. It was your idea, not mine.
Thank you, everybody. That was my idea. Of course it was.
Hands up. It was Leslie's idea to keep this going. So it's your turn. I'm going to throw 3 bands at you. You were really, really nice to me last week. You gave me 3 bands that I actually really like. I haven't picked any bands, so let me look at this list. So these are every single band that is in our sort of, we've listened to their albums and all that sort of stuff to put into this top 50. Les, let's throw someone at you. Let's throw someone that you probably not on your. Let's go Ultrasound.
Ultrasound.
Not a lot of people are going to know these guys, right?
Stay Young.
Stay Young.
Great song.
Talk to me about Stay Young.
So it's a belter of a song.
It's one of my favourite songs. I don't know what happened to them. If anyone knows what happened to Ultrasound, if they're still kicking around.
Yeah, they're still going.
Yeah, I don't know. They're quite a hard band to sort of research or dig into. So
I doubt they're in the top 50.
Who knows? Can't I stop? You keep giving me leading questions, and I keep giving you the wall.
Yeah. He'll break, people. He'll break.
Yeah, maybe I will. All right, so let's go for a second one. Let's go for Spiritualized.
Spiritualized. Ladies and gentlemen.
Do you remember how much I got hammered with us at school?
Like loads.
Loads.
It was. Do you know what it was? It was one of those albums I wanted to like because everyone liked, and I could never really like, and would listen to it over and over to try and like it, but I don't dislike it. I just didn't get the hype around that album, to be honest.
Okay, I agree 100% with what you just said.
So you're gonna take it all back.
It got hammered at school. I don't think I owned the album, but I remember getting played non-stop, and I couldn't get into it then, and I still can't get into it now. So you know how remember Charlie from last episode? Charlie OST, my man.
Loser.
He took Screamadelica back and exchanged it for Ladies and Gentlemen, right? Remember he said that?
Yeah.
I probably would prefer Screamadelica over Ladies and Gentlemen, so I wouldn't have returned it and exchanged it for that.
Big call.
That's a big call, right? That's how that album sits for me. Because at least there's some songs on the Screamadelica album that I genuinely love and can get into. I just can't get into Spiritualized that much.
No.
Last one, I'll give you a good one to end on. Let's go Hurricane number 1.
Hurricane number 1. Great first album.
Tremendous.
Absolutely wore that cassette to death. Loved it. Andy Bell then went on to be in Oasis.
Yeah, he did. They all sort of broke up and went into quite strong bands.
Yeah. But great, I think for me, they're one of the ones that stand out in my head when I think about Britpop in that time of my life. And that album, great album.
Brilliant. I totally agree with you.
I really, really hope that's in the top 50.
Again, that wall is up. I'll tell you something, I totally blinked. I think when they released their second album, the Only the Strongest, it came out at the end of the decade. I wasn't in the country, I think, when it came out. And so through this whole process, we got to listen to it again. And it's a good album. Totally different album, but it's really good. So I'm exactly the same with you. Hurricane number 1 means a lot to me as well. So they're the 3. I give you 3 not bad ones.
That's not bad.
See?
Thank you.
I'm not that bad.
I mean, the first time was terrible. Top Loader, Terror Vision. I'm still scarred. I
gave you some shockers. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, you did.
I'll admit to that. All right, you ready? We're almost half an hour in. Let's talk about Dubstar. So number 49, Dubstar, Disgraceful. Have I convinced you that they're Britpop?
Yes, you have.
Excellent. Good.
Well, you have, but then I was thinking about this earlier, and they remind me of Erasure.
Why?
I don't know.
I'll tell you what, a funny thing though. Oh my God, I was reading an old article from 1996, and Dubstar were supporting Erasure. Supporting them. Whoa. Why do they remind you of them?
I don't know, it's just that sort of like synthy, poppy type beat.
I can get that.
Would you say Erasure's Britpop?
No. No, I think they're a little bit too far out into the electronic side of things.
Yep.
They would be like you wouldn't put Pet Shop Boys in a Britpop. They're sort of that genre, I feel.
Yeah, you put them in the bin.
Lucky we're not talking about the Pet Shop Boys. All right, so let's talk about this album finally. Have you looked at the album cover, Leslie?
Yes, I have.
and that's how mature we are.
It's a pencil case.
So it's actually 2 covers. The first one is a pencil case, which, if you do not know what we're talking about, have a look at it. I'm trying to be really nice about this. Do you want to say it?
We'll put it on our
we'll put it on
page.
Yeah, have a look at it.
You can have a look.
It's a very descriptive, suggestive image.
Yeah, it's just
Let's just do that.
It's like a purple pencil case with a smaller pink pencil case in the middle of it.
Yeah. Now, they got in trouble over this.
Yeah.
So I was reading that Woolworths banned it, apparently.
Did they?
Yeah, so they've reissued it. But it's a slipper of a bunny, but it's still pretty much got the same look at it. So they've sort of replaced one image of the pencil case to the bunny slipper. It's exactly the same. You get it straight away when you look at it. It's a sort of iconic cover. Like, once you see it, you can't. It's like a 3D image. Remember those at school?
Yes.
Once you see the dolphin, you can never unsee the dolphin. So this is their debut album. It was released on the 8th of October 1995. They had a couple of albums after it in the 90s. They had Goodbye, which charted at number 18. It actually charted better than Disgraceful, which I found... I don't understand that. Maybe it was... And we'll talk about the charts at that time, what was in there. But I feel that this is the better album of the 2.
But do you not find, I think I've covered this off before, the first album a band releases...
Yes,
they move... That's the first release. And people are not too sure.
Good point.
Then they like it. Second album comes out.
Bang. I'm going to buy that because I know who the band is. Yeah, that's fair. The label... So they were with Food Records, which is a small sort of division of EMI. Home to Blur, Idlewild, Supernaturals, and Jesus Jones.
Oh, Idlewild. I like them.
Okay.
Scottish band.
Yeah, I know. And to be honest, not on my radar.
Okay.
Never sort of gone down there. Producer was Stephen Hague. He's also done New Order, Pet Shop Boys. We just talked about the Pet Shop Boys. And Jimmy Somerville.
Jimmy Somerville.
There you go. So you might be onto something, because New Order, Pet Shop Boys, and Jimmy Somerville, right? They partnered with Erasure to do a tour. I can see how they've got one foot, and then they got one foot in Britpop. So I can see where you're coming from. But
just one foot.
Just one foot.
Not both feet.
Not just one foot. It's that bunny slipper in one, and the pencil case in the other. It's 11 tracks, 43 minutes. So remember when we talked about Screamadelica, and what did I say? It was like 65 minutes?
Yeah.
This, 43 minutes. And you breeze through it, right? There's no point in it that you go, that song's going on a bit, isn't it? All relatively short, quick moving, fast paced. So they got to number 30. They spent roughly half a year in the charts, 23 weeks. Do you want to know what was in the charts? This is turned out to be one of my favourite bits, okay? Let me ask you this before I get into the charts, and just while I remember. I looked at our list of bands or our artists. How many do you think are females? How many do you think have female leads without looking at the notes? So say we're
minimal. I'd say 10%.
That's a bit hard. 14%.
Okay.
Do you think that's a fair representation of the music at that time?
I think, it's a fair representation of what was actually happening.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest, Britpop's pretty masculine.
Okay.
I don't think that you can't really...
Well, you can't argue with it with that list.
Well, no. Honest, but even, it was all about, big personality frontmen.
Yeah, okay.
It was certainly, I feel, very masculine. Even the music itself, and and the way that the songs were written, I guess, some of the lyrics... Oasis especially, I mean, this wasn't particularly, certainly wasn't gender equality in terms of a genre. Yeah,
and I think it's still something we're struggling with today, and getting the balance right of male to female artists on some festivals, for example. I know some festivals have got into loads of trouble because they don't have one female artist on there.
Yes.
And then you've now started to see the flip side where you have an all-female festival. So I still think it's tough times.
Yeah.
But in saying that, looking at this list of females, very strong front women, and I find that when I come across an album with a female front lead, it stands out more, and I sort of gravitate more to that. So this is what it's. This album, I really like this album because it was just something different from your typical guitars, frontman,
yes,
4-piece band. It was something very unique, and it stood out for me. All right, so let me talk to you about what was number one at the time. I can't wait to talk to you about this.
Brilliant.
All right, so this is 1995. Let's talk about the albums first. What do you think was, and we're talking, what did I say, October 95? What do you think was number one? Who do you what are you feeling at that time?
What's the story?
No, not. I can see where you're going with this, but no, it's not in the top 10 at this time. Let me tell. Oh, I'm wrong.
Well, that's standard.
You're wrong. I'm completely wrong. It's absolutely in there. Let me tell you, and I apologise. I was looking at the singles, not the albums. Let me tell you what was in the top 10 albums.
Yeah.
Right. KD Lang, All You Can Eat at number 10. Number 9. Picture this by Wet Wet Wet. Brilliant. Number 8, one of your favourite bands, and I don't want to dwell on this because you're going around. Insomniac by Green Day. Yep, deep sigh there, brilliant. Blur, The Great Escape.
Was that then, 95?
That was, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Michael Bolton's Greatest Hits. Does it feel like Michael Bolton's always in the charts? It sort of feels like when you see his face in the charts, you just expect him to be there.
How can we be lovers if we can't be friends?
We've got half an hour in before we sing it. It's always at this point.
It's my favourite Michael Bolton
This is people's
song.
least favourite segment because you ruin it. You've one of your top albums of all time, Paul Weller, Stanley Road, number 5.
Wow, great album.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. Daydream by Mariah Carey. Please don't know any songs on that album. You do, don't you? You look like you're going to crash. What do you know of that album?
I owned that album.
Did you?
Yep.
How can you come at me so much when you own a Mariah Carey
I got given
album?
it for Christmas.
Did you return it?
No, my mum, but because it was a present.
Did you play it?
Well, I might have done.
What did it have on
I
it?
can't remember now. It had
Oh God, let's skip past this.
yeah, I can't remember.
You ready? Okay. Number 3 was Janet Jackson, Design of a Decade.
Yep.
Okay. Number 2, my mistake, What's the Story, Morning Glory. Number 1, and it had actually kicked What's the Story off number 1 the week before. It's My Boy, Simply Red with the Life album. Yeah!
Is that the album of Fairground
It
Attraction?
is.
Oh,
it is.
no!
One of my favourite songs ever.
Oh,
It
what?
is. Oh, I have on vinyl all the remix of that as well. It's brilliant.
Love the fun coming home to you.
It's a great song.
Yeah.
You're picking on them, but if you like that song, send me an email.
Yeah, please
Tweet
do.
us, please. Give me anyone.
Yeah. I'd love
right.
to see that.
Do you want to know what was number 1 in the singles chart? Let me start at number 10, because I think we'll have some fun with this as well. Louise, Light of My Life. Is that the Louise from All Saints? Is that
The one, married to Jamie Redknapp.
Jamie Redknapp?
Yeah.
All Saints had split up by 1995? You were a fan of All Saints. Don't even play coy with me.
It's not. I really wasn't.
No, I was purely an Eternal girl, not an All Saints.
I was.
All right, okay. I don't know.
No, she was an Eternal.
Who, Louise?
Yes.
Okay.
Was she? Yeah, she was.
That's not what we're here to discuss.
No, it's not.
That's our homework for next week to figure out who these people are. We've got Mariah Carey, Fantasy.
I love that one.
Do you know that?
Yeah, of course.
I don't.
Great song.
Okay. Number 8 is a banger, Higher State of Consciousness by Josh.
Oh,
bang!
it's a great song.
Great song.
I can't sing that one.
Michael Jackson, You Are Not Alone. You're going to leave that alone, aren't you? All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna
okay.
leave
Number
that
6
alone.
was Misshapes, Sorted for Ease and Wiz. That's a good song. And it was... Did it make number 1? It didn't make number 1. It only got to number 2. Here we go. Eternal, Power of a Woman.
Power of a woman.
So what I'll do is I'll take some homework and figure out who that Louise was and which one she was in. I bet you someone's already going...
I'll just quickly do that.
Okay, you check it while I read these
Yeah.
out. Number 4, can you sing this? It's Shaggy Boombastic.
I went to bombastic dirty.
I was not expecting that. The polite way would have gone, nah, Kev, can't do it. But yeah, okay. Number 3, and this shows you, I don't know why this is in there. Who the F is Alice by Smokey featuring Roy Chubby Brown.
Oh, that was hideous.
But it was in the charts for ages.
Eternal, boom.
Well done. So Louise was from Eternal, even though Eternal had released the song, so they were both in the chart together.
She might have left by then.
She might have left by then.
She did leave.
There's 3 ladies in the picture, and Eternal
She left after their first album, which is beautiful.
People are riveted by our talk of Eternal.
Always and Forever was one of the...
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So you got Roy Chubby Brown at number 3. He was already in the charts. He was in the charts for 16 weeks with that song. Def Leppard at number 2, When Love and Hate Collide.
Oh, God.
You ready for number 1?
Yeah.
Simply Red and Fairground.
Oh, what?
That's why the minute I was doing my research and I came across that, I went, yes. Okay, finished?
Yep.
Okay. So let's talk about Dubstar a bit. You've got some notes, which look like nonsense to me. Let me go through mine. So Dubstar, like I mentioned, this is their debut album. They're a 3-piece from Newcastle. They started with Steve Hillier and Chris Wilkie. They had a band, it was a 2-piece called The Jones. And then through a mate of a mate of a mate, they got a sort of tape of Sarah Blackwood singing on it. Boom, then you get Dubstar. Right, so debut album. They recorded a few demos with their manager at the time, Graham Robinson. He came to see them at one of our shows and got them, basically signed them up. And the big break came through when one of their demos found its way to Andy Ross, the boss of record label Food Records. Right, so this was debut album, as I mentioned. They recorded in a studio near Bath with Stephen Hague. He was just off recording Blurs to the End and New Order's Republic.
I love that block.
How's that track record coming into this album? You've got to be pretty impressed. You're a new band, and straight away you start working with someone of that quality.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Did you find out anything that sort of I didn't around them at the time?
What did I find out about them? Oh, I found something out interesting. So going back to, say, the Primal Scream influence.
Oh, God. Yep.
So I read an article that Dubstar actually mentioned Andy Weatherall was a big influence of theirs.
Really? Okay.
So...
He gets about this Andy Weatherall, doesn't he?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
But you'd never heard of him.
Never heard of him.
Standard.
Yeah, sure.
There was, I didn't see it, I tried to listen for it, I can hear it in the lyrics, but I read a lot about the fact that there was a Heavy Smiths influence.
Okay.
In terms of Dubstar.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, I don't hear it necessarily
very different bands,
but maybe in the lyrics, they do mention Morrissey in one of their songs.
Okay.
The Day I See You Again. But, lyrically, maybe. I don't really get it with the music. But there was a couple of things that I read that stated that.
Yeah.
So I'd be keen to know if that was the case or if anyone else knows anything about that.
I gotta throw this. They're a tough band to research. For such a popular album, there's not much out there. And it might be the timing of the album, and in the 90s, but. And they may be quite private as well. There's very little interviews with them. Very rare interviews with Sarah as well. There's a few YouTube videos of VHS recordings of them on the Richard and Judy show. But again, even then, they're only on there for a minute.
Well, they must have made it then, because if you're on Richard and Judy, it's hitting the big time.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, so let's talk about the songs from the album in terms of the singles that they released.
Yep.
Did you watch any of their videos?
No.
I did. All right, so Stars was actually released twice. It went to number 40, and then a year later it went to number 15. The video's a bit weird. It's kind of the 3 of them opening presents. It's very colourful, very weird. I couldn't figure out what it was sort of meaning. Some people were in boxes, no idea what it meant. Anywhere was released. It went to number 37. Video looks to be them in some sort of tent circus. It's a bit weird as well. Not So Manic Now is probably the one I found with the biggest theme. So Not So Manic Now went to number 15. And there's the 3 of them in the flat, and there's various people trying to get in. It's a bit weird. But it's actually, I found out, and that was that Richard and Judy VHS on YouTube, that it was about a pensioner stuck in a sort of old block of flats, and it was about just all these people trying to knock on his door and getting his attention and all this sort of stuff. So I found that video quite good because it's just Sarah in the flat and heaps of people coming in the door and trying to break in and stuff like that. And I can imagine what it would be like living in a block like that at that age, that you would just feel worried about who's at the door.
Yeah.
Your favourite, the elevator song? Deep sigh. Take it easy.
Can I go on a rant or not?
You can go on a rant.
Yeah. What is that song and what's it doing on the album?
I have to agree.
Do you think it's a joke? Because then I thought to myself, all right, okay, maybe they're being ironic because it does sound like you're in an elevator. Is that the whole point? Was it just an ironic song? Did they actually like it themselves? Did they actually go, do you know, this is hilarious, I'm putting that on the album. This is a bit of a wind-up. Because it's terrible.
It does stand out a bit on the album, not for the right reasons. And I like that album. That's probably my least favourite, which is why I find that a bit bizarre, because in my opinion, there's better songs on that album to release.
Was that a single?
That was a single. Yeah, it got to number 25. Number 25. It was the fourth single.
Wow.
Look, I don't think it's... we're beaten up a bit. We don't think it's horrendous. I just didn't think it was as good as the rest of the album. You obviously...
I think it's horrendous.
Okay, you don't like it. I did like the video. The video looks like it was set in France. It's probably not. It's some sort of spy movie-esque... It's movie. It looks very chic and very cool, but again, it doesn't match the song. But, you know, they were the sort of 4 songs that released no top 10s, which I was surprised about, because even you'd think...
Did Stars not get in the top 10?
Stars, no top 10.
Love that song.
Not So Manic Now didn't get in the top 10 either.
I mean, it's a good album. I think I obviously rated it highly enough for it to be in the top 50, because I know the albums that we had to cut.
Yep.
And I do like it, and it's certainly not an album... I'd listen to that album, it wouldn't be one that I would... want to turn off. Their new album I particularly like.
Okay.
I just find that the elevator song doesn't really fit on it. I think that I struggled with the whole Britpop thing. I guess when you spoke to me about it earlier, it made a bit more sense, because I didn't ever... I listened to this album at that time. Mm-hmm. I never put it in the same bracket in my head,
the same bucket,
into that genre.
Yeah, okay.
So I think that was probably... So when I challenged you on it last week, it wasn't because I didn't like it. It was because I didn't see it in that way. Like, I do think it reminds me a bit of Erasure. It's got that synth pop. And I know that, and it does. That can't be argued. I hear what you're saying about Screamadelica as well.
The synth pop is actually, I think that's how they're labelled in Wikipedia as well. They're not actually labelled as a Britpop band.
Yeah.
And I can't remember what they sort of... they were on Richard and Judy. Richard asked them what style of music they are, and I think they went electric new romantics or some sort of weird version of the music. Like, it wasn't a genre that we both know. And
I could get that, but I do think in terms of the album, it's an enjoyable album. Apart from that one track, really. Okay,
all right. Let's get into the album. Do you have anything else you want to add before we start sort of ducking into the album?
No, because I think I'll cover that off when we talk about the tracks.
Okay, so let's get into the album itself. It's, like I said, it's 11 songs. We will play you some of the songs, not all. We will definitely play you Stars, which is the first song on the album, which goes like this.
We'll take our hearts outside, leave our lives behind. I'll watch the stars go out. We'll take our hearts outside.
I love that song.
Me too.
It's one of my... I wasn't big... Dubstar went on my radar back then. I probably because, same as you, I had my big bands and that was sort of it. But this song just sings to me of Britpop, and I love it.
I love that song as well. I'd be hard pressed to find someone who didn't, I think.
If you don't like this song,
yeah, I'd be keen to see that.
Send us an email, britpopbanter@gmail.com, or tweet us, why don't you like the song? I'm the same with you. How can you be offended by this song?
No, you can't.
You can't be. Next song is Anywhere, which goes like this. I really like this as well. It's got a really old school sort of rave loop that I really like, and then into a catchy beat.
Yeah.
Again, Really like this track. Next song is a pretty big one, and I actually have the lyrics because I want to read them too. You already done some homework on this song anyway.
What one is it?
Just a Girl, She Said. So this is the song.
Just a girl, she said, you can't buy me and take me to bed. 'Cause I think, 'cause I feel, and you don't really matter at all.
So tell me, what did you sort of think of that song?
So I think it actually ties into what we were talking about earlier in terms of, say, even women in music, because it is a song for me about like sexual equality, gender equality.
Yep,
for sure.
I'd love to know who she's singing it to.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, because it's some of the lyrics, and I've got them here. So it's a very, very quickly I'll run through them. So it's all right, I'm just a girl, she said. Talk down to me and take me to bed. I don't think I can feel, and I don't really matter at all. Kiss me in the darkness, turn out the light, pretend you're with someone else tonight. You don't think, you don't feel, and I don't understand why. I'm the person who speaks, I'm a person who thinks, but you hope I'll forget as you ply me with drinks, and you cannot buy me, and you cannot use me, but I know that you'll want to try. It's pretty serious writing. Look, that's great writing. It's obviously a really strong song. It feels like a really nice and gentle song. Like, it's quite nice. And then when you actually sort of dig into the lyrics a bit, you go, that's kind of got some sort of dark meaning to it.
Yeah.
But great song. Elevator song.
Just move on.
Yeah, we're not going to play that. That's not
Maybe
one.
we should. I think people just need to hear it if they haven't heard it.
If you haven't heard the Elevator song, here you go.
Need somebody to love you, well then I'll be the one who's there. Yes,
Look, it's not bad. It's just when you, and that's the problem. I think 3 great songs, right? Kicking off the album, and then you move into the Elevator song. Maybe that's why it's just not as strong and doesn't stand out as much. We'll skip through the next couple of songs. The Day I See You Again, I've put excellent, nice song again.
I love that song.
Oh, you do? Okay. Anything stand out to you about it?
Well, that's the one when she actually mentions Morrissey in the lyrics.
Okay.
They mention it. But I actually think that's one of my favourites on the album.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess I'll have to play it then.
this time I've waited, knowing I've changed.
Next one, Week In, Week Out. I've gone, all right. I like the little rave synth in there. We're not going to play you that one, but it's, again, really nice. And then you've got the all-time classic of Not So Manic Now.
Yeah, great.
Absolute great song. This is it.
I'm not so manic now. I can't uphold the weight of those neighbours. And she's lifting and throwing to the wall the postnatal harmony.
I just think it still holds up today. I think, what a belter.
I do.
All right, we'll skip through. We've got Pop Dorian. I've gone, great. Nothing stands out, but it's a nice song. Not Once, Not Ever. My comments, her voice sounds stunning here. Just absolutely gorgeous. And then, now, I'm going to throw to you because I know I'm going to fail saying the name of this song.
Can't even say that.
Can't even talk properly when I get to this because I know it's going to throw me. What's track number 10 called?
Since Within's Day.
See, I'm no way I'm going to say
That was actually written by Billy Bragg.
Oh, really?
It's a cover. Yeah, so he wrote that track.
I've never heard of it. What is it?
Since Within's Day.
Yeah.
So it's on the July the 15th.
Okay, all right.
So, according to folklore,
Okay.
depending what the weather is on that day, means you're going to have either 40 days of rain or 40 days of fair weather. Basically.
Is that in a certain place?
Yeah, UK.
So anywhere in the UK, no matter where you are, that day defines 40 days.
I think so.
And it's in July.
July 15th.
The middle of
Since
summer.
Within's Day.
So
Yeah.
the middle of summer, it's a pretty safe bet.
Is it in the UK? It's a pretty safe bet it's going to rain. Yeah.
And not in July. July is gorgeous.
When What?
Okay, no, I haven't been back in a while. I can see where you're going with this.
What is he talking about?
When was the last time I was back in the UK?
Yeah, when was the last time you were back?
It was a while.
And how long have you lived in Australia?
A long time.
Yeah. So, yeah, you can't remember the beautiful summers.
Okay. I don't know anything else about that guy.
But an interesting choice. So, Billy Bragg, you obviously know who he is.
Yep.
So, folk music, left-wing activist, very well known for his political activity around all left-wing issues, whether it be poverty, climate change, very much against Brexit, very much against the Tory government.
Okay.
So be interested to know if that was why they chose that particular track or why they covered that one. But it's a Billy Bragg track.
And that is why I throw to you on where we go down a political road. So that song, still not even going to try and attempt to say it, sounds like this. And the last song is Disgraceful, which I think is a nice way to end the album.
Yeah.
So all in all...
Is it the big belter song that you always say should end an album?
I don't think I call it a nice bell. What's my take on it? What do I say?
You say an album's got to start really heavy, Les. It's got to come out of the blocks running. It's got to smash it. Yeah, and then the end track's got to be, it's going to be beautiful, it's got to be amazing, it's going to end the whole album.
I don't think I used the wording. What?
Yeah, well, it's pretty much what you said.
Is it pretty much?
Pretty much.
You're right. It's not a hurrah.
Oh, we can't keep doing
it was either you're going to say it or I'm going to say it. But no, it isn't. But but look at the album, right? You're not going to get a song like that on an album like this, right? It would stand way out of place if it.
No, but when you put your best, like you could have put your.
What would you have put? They're all 4 minute songs. Because you said to me, you think of the song and end of an album has to be something like a Champagne Supernova. Absolutely.
Well, every band must have their own Champagne Supernova. Is that song theirs?
That's a very good point, and you're trying to put me in a hole with Dubstar.
100%. I've got my shovel. Dig.
I stand by that view that an album needs to have a belter of a song to finish on. This album doesn't have it.
All right, so pick and choose. Pick and choose. Oh, just apart from every album that I like.
I think this is... I don't think you can do it on an album like this.
But it is their best song. Wouldn't you put your best song last? Does it end... Do you feel like that ties up the album and you're done? And you go, do you know what?
Moving on.
Yeah.
Well, what else would you have put? There's not a song, and I think that's in some of the other albums you could look at and you go, why didn't you make that your last song? That could have been... I don't think you have one of these with this album. They're all fairly solid songs. There's not... I mean, don't get me wrong, there's Stars and there's Just a Girl and there's Not So Manic, and they're great songs, but you wouldn't go, you know what, that song's too big to be in the middle of the album.
Would you put Not So Manic Now, maybe, at the end?
Oh, it's a massive song for them. Would you put your biggest... That's like saying put Wonderwall at the end of an album.
No.
You wouldn't do that. So, to your point, you've challenged me on the fact that this album doesn't have that big hitter final song.
Yep.
You are correct, right? It doesn't have that. In my opinion, this album, I think it would feel out of place if it did, and I don't think it needs it.
Okay.
You sort of walk in nice and easy and you walk out happy. All right, but overall, so let's talk about your ratings.
Yes. This will be interesting.
The ratings itself, what did you give it? Oh, I should have known. What do you think you gave it?
7.
No, 6.5.
6.5, did I?
You gave it a 6.5. Do you think you would have bumped that one up a bit, or do you think that's on the market?
Well, I think it's fine. That's when I talk about my rating scale. We covered it off last week. I think that's... Look, it was a tough one. It was
what did you give Screamadelica? You gave it a 7, didn't you?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And you know my feelings.
And you're so passionate about that album that to give this a 6.5, yeah, okay. Look, I gave it a 7.5 out of 10. So I didn't.
Of course you did.
What do you mean?
You're very generous with your marking. I loved. What would you give Stars by Simply Red?
Oh, can we do that? That would mean you would have to listen to it too. But that's on par the ratings that you and me give it is probably that point apart. So we're still on par. We're still on track. I know that there are some albums we're going to talk about very soon that we're on different spectrums, and I can't wait to talk about them.
Well, they should be in the top 50.
Hey, it's an average. I can, you know.
Yep.
Can we talk about some reviews very, very briefly?
Yeah.
Of the album, because we're sort of running a bit out of time now. The worst review I could find. And again, we were asking how you can take offence to Dubstar. Someone did, right? So this is a dude off Rate Your Music called Grampus. You can sort of see the way it's going already, right? Yeah. The first thing to note about Dubstar is Sarah Blackwood's voice. She sings in a very high register like a choir boy on helium. But even though it's not unpleasant to listen to, I've never considered her to be a good vocalist. So I'm going to pause a little bit there. I think she's got a brilliant voice.
I like her voice.
Her voice is brilliant. I don't know where this guy is. He's off his rocker, Grampus. So he sort of bags on a bit. I won't delve into it. But he still gave the album 3.5 out of 5. Rips it.
He doesn't understand ratings. I should write to him. I'll tell him how to rate them.
I'll give it. But that's... And what it says is, that's the most negative thing I could find about the band, where someone complains about Sarah's voice. And he still gives the album a pretty high rating, which shows you where Dubstar fit.
Doesn't know what he's talking about.
Sputnik.com, and we'll go into some positive ones. In the end, Disgraceful isn't disgraceful whatsoever. It's a wonderfully consistent album with tons of great riffs and excellent lyrics. There isn't anything on this record that takes a notable downturn in quality, and nothing overstays its welcome. And it's one of the greatest synth pop albums ever. In my, one of your favourite lines, humble opinion.
But what did he call it?
A pop synth album. Okay, I get it. 4 out of 5 of this boy gave it. What have I got? Shall I go through the rest? There's a few.
Give another good one.
Okay, alright. So, a dude off Amazon called By Cheyenne. Dubstar's debut album with hauntingly beautiful singing, pulsating percussion, rich textures of synths, sparkling guitars, and brilliant original songwriting should not only be regarded as a classic, but as the best album of the decade. There is not a boring moment on the album. It's irresistible from start to finish. It overall sounds like a breath of fresh air. I highly recommend 5 out of 5. That's a nice review, isn't it?
Look at my face.
I know, you're angry at my man Bai Shan.
Best album of the decade.
I did. When I read that, I went, you're reaching. He probably meant one of the best albums. And then you would have gone, But he's put... Obviously, that's touched on your Oasis and Stone Roses, and you are all for them.
Oh, there's loads.
So, have you ever seen Dubstar? You ever seen them live? I've never seen them live. I'd love to as well. And we sort of talked about their new album, which we've both listened to now, and we both actually like.
Yeah,
I would love for these guys to come to Australia. We'd both go.
Yeah, I'd go for sure.
There's a concert we'd both go to see.
Woohoo!
I'm happy about that. So they are very active on Twitter at Dubstar UK. They're not touring, as I mentioned, but they released one, which is excellent. Please go and buy that album. It's fantastic. They're on Spotify as well. Couple of plugs where I got some content from a website called 5 Against 4, Low Notes, and Coda gave me some good insights to the band. Do you think, has your opinion changed on Dubstar? And how do you feel about them being 49?
I'm glad they're in the top 50.
Good, I'm glad.
I struggle. I understand the whole Britpop thing. I struggle a little bit, and I guess that's just because I think of the genre in a very heavy guitar front person type band. They're not that.
Agreed.
They are more like Erasure, Pet Shop Boys.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get the Smiths thing maybe with the lyrics. I do love their lyrics though, and I did say when you asked me what Britpop was, I did talk about lyrics because they are important.
You did.
And I do, and I actually do listen to the lyrics of their songs. Sometimes you don't bother, you just listen to the song, but I actually genuinely do, and I think they're very well written. I'm glad in the top 50, and I'm glad we got a chance to talk about them, and I think it's quite timely because I genuinely do love their new album.
Good.
I'd like to hear what everybody else thinks. I'd like people to comment on what they think about Dubstar's Disgraceful album, and also, like what Kevin said, go out and buy their new album and let us know what you think about that.
Really well said. I think we're 2 for 2. right, at the moment, because you know how I felt about Screamadelica.
Yeah.
Right? And you sort of brought me a little bit round on them. Mm-hmm. I feel I've done the same thing with Dubstar.
No, you have.
The fact that I got you to sit down and you gave this, what did we say, your favourite 6.5? The fact that that's okay, we got a half a point off Screamadelica, and then you've given the thumbs up to the new album. I feel pretty good about this one.
Oh, good.
Do you want to know what next week's episode is?
Oh, here we go. Can I guess?
Can you guess?
Just want to guess. I just want to...
Number 48, this will be Les.
I think it's going to be something like...
I don't think you can
like
have
a Jean, or... I hope they're higher, but I'm... yeah, I don't know.
Sort of band... Is that sort of... You're feeling a band on the outskirts?
Yeah, like maybe a Super Furry Animals or something like that.
Okay, so a band that's probably not one of the major bands. Because let's face it, we've gone to Primal Screen. You're a big fan of, that I'm probably not. Dubstar, I'm probably a bigger fan than you. This one, I feel, is kind of where we meet in the middle.
Oh.
Very similar ratings, but I think it's another one that our listeners are going to go, what? But I really like this album, and you did too, which I'm really happy about. It's James.
Uh-huh.
And the album is not what you think it is. It's Millionaires.
Really?
Yeah. So Millionaires is next week's album. You know what? I really like this album. It's got some brilliant songs on it. And we will get into the next episode around what we think of James and why.
I'm looking forward to talking about James.
Really,
I've got a lot to say about James.
I'm sure you do. And we both do. And they're a band that probably weren't on our radar at all. And going back and listening to these are one of the bands that we both said we were surprised about. This album surprised the hell out of me because it's excellent. So that's next week's. Send us your feedback on the Dubstar episode. Send us your opinion on what you think about the Millionaires album. Send us any opinions, feedback, whatever you want. Just put it through at our Twitter, Facebook, or britpopbanter@gmail.com. Anything else to add, Les?
Not at all. Good episode.
I enjoyed that one.
Me
that
too.
was a good one.
Yeah,
We ended on a high. All right, thank you very much, guys. Take care. We'll see you next week.
Bye.